Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hanging with the Hayters here on IRLoneStar.com. This is Mark, and sitting across from from me is my lovely and charming wife, Kay. Kay, hello. Good morning.
Well,
and all
good
this
morning.
Stuff. You know, Kay, you have received several compliments from people when we're out. They have mentioned it to you, but they mentioned it to me. Oh, we like your hair, her hair. It is, she's gone...
gray.
All natural gray, and it looks great. And we were thinking, I was telling her, okay, you're going to look so old. We're the same age, actually, by 14-day difference. I was so close. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Her hair looks good, and anyway, if you're ever passing by this studio, wave at us. And it is overcast today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, I understand, but I'm not sure.
Yes, tomorrow morning maybe a little bit.
And hopefully not at Saturday when most people are having Easter egg hunts and all, even though, of course, Easter is Sunday. I've looked in the paper. In fact, that's what we're going to talk about today a lot, is some of the things going on that are being addressed in the Courier this morning. I've got the Wednesday, today's edition, the 23rd, and we'll be looking at that. Right now, though, okay, we've got happenings of the week. Okay.
It's been some exciting happening.
It has, but I got to make one. It's not a correction or whatever, but last week I mentioned that we had two guests on our show so far, and this is our 11th show, but I forgot all about Lisa Martin and Patricia Sledge. What charming guests they were. In fact,
they're kind of like family.
They are.
They're good buds.
Yeah, ladies, that's why I didn't mention you, and they're both probably too busy to be listening now, but they'll catch this on the archives, which I hope you'll tell your friends that they can do that too, and probably next week at some juncture.
At LoneStar.com.
LoneStar.com. By the way, Kay, we mentioned happenings of the week. What have you got
what
down
have
there?
I got? Well, we got the garden in. Folks, I got my tomato garden. And I am so happy.
She did.
And Mark complained about the cost for the planter we put it in, the cost for the soil that we put in it, not so much the cost of the plants that went in it.
No,
but what's real interesting is like yesterday evening, right before supper, or he said right after supper, let's go out and look at the garden. And I said, honey, that's what it's all about. It's not just how many tomatoes are we going to get.
Well, see, I got involved. I invested myself in this, invested to the tune of $164. And, of course, it's just not of course, but it's an 8x4, even really not that, 7.5 by something or other.
Yeah, it's small. I've got 8 tomato plants in there.
8 tomato plants.
Plus, we bought this other tomato in a hanging basket, and it's called it's either a tumbling Tim or a tumbling Tom. It's cherry tomatoes.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was a big plant.
They're plentiful, Kay.
And it probably already had like 50 little cherry tomatoes on it. So,
if every tomato that's already on it actually produces, it's probably it's a $20 plant. We'll probably get half of our money back if that's the case.
But isn't it fun watching them?
Great garden going.
You know, and speaking of gardens, I got more to go here.
Okay, let's have it.
Last year I started growing milkweed. In my garden. A friend gave me some plants, and then I ordered some online because milkweed is the only plant that monarch butterflies will lay their eggs on and that the little caterpillars will eat.
And why is that, Kay?
Because they're monarchs, because God made them that way, babe.
Well, yeah, the milkweed
has a bitter taste, and therefore the birds and other things have a tendency not to eat them because they all know how bad they taste. They don't like the
butterflies. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing we do like is callers, and we've got one this morning. Unbelievable caller. You are here on Hanging with the Hayters, so watch your language, of course. I don't have to tell you that. But you're talking to Mark Hayter here. Would you please give us your name and
hello, caller.
What your comment is?
Hey, Mark Baby. It's
crap.
Sam, talent agent to the stars and the Mock and K show. Hey, I got one word for you. Sword swallower. Okay, that's 2 words. I'm not sure, but you're going to love this gal. You won't believe what this girl can do.
Wait. Dick, please, cut him off.
We don't know any sword swallowers.
Well, I do, Kay. That's what's interesting.
You do?
That was our the guy that wants to be our agent, and I haven't okayed him yet. Last week, He called in. That's
The
what's this
mime.
guy's name?
The
Ham
mime.
Spam.
The mime.
The
guy.
mime on the radio. It's just foolish, and now he's got a sword swallower that he'd like to put on the radio. Kay, I was giving a talk a long time ago to the point that I believe it was when Bonanza, the
TV show.
No, that's exactly what you would think. But there used to be a steakhouse called Bonanza.
Oh, yes, there was.
And
that was like 100 years ago.
On the Feeder Street or somewhere around there. And I was just giving a talk to some group, and I don't know if they were the Writers Guild from Wizard of Oz. No, from somebody. Or they were, I don't know what, Friends of the Library. But the point is, Kay, yes, I'm getting the, please, Mark,
I'm giving
spit it
the
out.
Speed it up
There
sign.
was an old lady there who was a sword swallower, and I'm not joking. She showed me her card and everything, but I don't think she does it anymore. She just had an old card.
Well, this could be her.
And I asked her, what the heck, is that real? And she said, well, yeah, it's real. I said, you really stick the blade and everything on? I said, yeah. How did you do that? It takes a lot of training. Her dad did it and all, and since then, I don't know who she was. I think I jotted her name down. I'd like to have her on the show. Not to, she can't show us anything, but just to say the whys and hows.
Look her up. Look her up.
Okay. Anyway, but and thank you,
We
caller.
have a caller.
Yeah. Another one? No, we don't. What? We're through.
Is he off?
He's off. He's
Oh,
gone.
I didn't know he had hung up.
Okay, I had to cut him off. He was talking
my
about a
goodness.
female sword swallower. I
Sheesh.
didn't want to pursue. I'm
I
sure
thought
it was
we said,
above board.
don't call us. We'll call
I
him.
did. It doesn't work. Okay, Kate, you were talking about butterflies and milkweed. And,
Yes, and then I read in the Courier that the city has signed up to grow monarchs. It's called the Mayor's Monarch Pledge. It's part of the National Wildlife Foundation, and they've bought milkweed seeds, and they're going to broadcast them in some of the remote natural areas around the parks that don't need mowed, so there'll be milkweed out there, and the butterflies will find them, and not only will they be able to have the nectar from the beautiful flowers that grow on milkweed, but they can lay their eggs, and the little caterpillars will be able to eat and form the chrysalis and hatch out new butterflies.
That's Mayor Melder. I saw him, by the way, in Kroger's once with a straw hat, and I mean, he was just walking around. He was in the grocery store, I guess, trying to look like he wasn't the mayor, but he looked so cool, and I told him so. But he didn't know who was talking to him. But
anyway, apparently somebody really likes to garden, and I am just thrilled that they're doing that.
You are largely responsible for this, because when you were doing the butterfly thing and raising them in our house, we had them in the back bedroom.
Last summer.
Some in the attic. No, I wrote an article about it and about how milkweed is important and encouraged people to do it just because of you. And son of a gun, what happens? The mayor and the city council, I guess.
Well, I actually think that Harold Hutchison, who's the director of the Conroe Convention and Visitors Bureau, is big into this.
Forget the mayor.
Everyone was probably
forget
into that before
the mayor.
me.
Hutchison.
So
All
anyway,
right.
Good for the city
that
of Conroe.
Is wonderful.
That is wonderful.
I'm not saying gardening and butterflying. They probably got a name.
Put them in your garden. You'll have butterflies.
What do they call spider people?
Arachnophobics?
Yeah, they're afraid of them. I don't know what butterfly people are. If you're afraid of them, you're a sissy.
Oh, if you have the chrysalis, and you bring them in and they hatch out, I mean, they will sit on your finger, and
they don't know
then you
any
can
better.
Release them outside, and it's just wonderful.
It's wonderful.
It's a good feeling.
I'm so impressed.
And the kids love stuff like that.
The children, Kay, you're always
and
thinking
the neighbors,
of the children,
the
and that's
neighbors.
great.
Yeah.
But one thing that happened this week that just hurt the daylights out of me, and I forgot they were playing. I'm talking about Stephen F. Austin. And my brother calls me at night, Thursday night, one of these nights, and he calls me when there's a minute and something left. He said, Mark, SFA is playing against Notre Dame.
In the Final Four?
Yeah, and they got this player named Walkup, SFA does. It's great. And so I turn it on just in time to see them. They were ahead by 3. They ended up losing by 1.
Ooh.
And it broke my... Stephen F. Austin, ladies and gentlemen, in Nacogdoches. Kay and I went there for a while. I actually graduated from Stephen F. Austin years ago, and they had a great basketball team back then, Kay. But, folks, they made it in the NCAA tournament, and had they won this game against Notre Dame, they'd have been in the Sweet 16, which is going on now. And I don't know if they'll ever get that far again. When I was there, their team was great, but they didn't make the NCAA. They made the in something.
Don't ask me.
It wasn't NCAA. It was the ACA. Anyway, they had another tournament.
But now that they've been, made it so far,
maybe it'll
hopefully it will attract.
One of the teams,
players.
K, is called Gonzaga. Gonzaga. Who ever heard of them? But they're good in basketball.
That's a college?
Oh, yeah. And what they do is they teach alligator trapping. And I made that up. I don't know what they do, but they're probably a great school, and I couldn't tell you the state they're in. But
they made it to the Final
Gonzaga
Four,
State.
so that says something.
It does. Anyway, they're well known now, and, of course, the Stephen F. Austin, hopefully they'll get a good name. By the way, Gonzaga's not in the Final Four yet. I think they're in the top in the Sweet 16, but we'll see about that. Anyway, that hit me, and I don't know if any of you watched or saw. I don't know what I'm saying. Watched or saw. There's a big difference.
It's in Washington, the state.
Washington State?
Spokane, Washington.
Son of a gun. I bet our sister.
It's a private school.
My sister Sue. No, it's private. It's very expensive. And it's probably liberal arts, I'm thinking, but I don't know.
We'll check it out.
Yeah. A&M. Dick, did you see any of that game and hear it? A&M playing Iowa. Folks, listen to this statistic. 31.5 seconds left in the game. A&M is down 12 points. Did y'all hear what I said? 31 and a half seconds in the game. They're down 12 points, and they tie it up practically at the buzzer. I think there's 1.5 seconds left or something. And then they went on and won in overtime. And when I was reading it in the paper, because I didn't see it, they had the breakdown. Okay, when it was 27 seconds left, they were down 8 points. And I'm talking seconds, Kate. You understand?
I understand.
And that's one reason I don't watch basketball much, because you can watch a whole game and, wow, it's interesting, everything's great, and it comes down to the last dadgum 10 seconds and your team loses. Why? That's not good. That's not good.
Well,
Anyway.
that happens in other sports.
Oh,
How
it
many
does.
times have we watched a football game that somebody caught the ball and ran it for a touchdown and won the game
isn't
when
that
they
the
were
truth?
behind?
Yeah. By the way, Kay, we are, when we come back from this break in just a second, we are going to look at some of these other happenings that are going on around the county, and I'm hoping to be able to talk with someone from the Children's Museum, because they got something exciting going over there this Saturday, and we'll see if we can talk to them right after this word. Hanging with the Hayters, OurLoneStar.com. Back in a couple of minutes.
The East Texas Dream Center is in need of your help. We are a nonprofit Christian organization that houses women and children who are trying to get their lives back after being homeless, abused, or addicted. We are conveniently located at 301 South 1st Street, Conroe, Texas, 77301, right here in Montgomery County. Our needs are financial, and every needs of gasoline, cleaning supplies, laundry soap, Lysol, and whatever else God puts in your heart. To help our ladies and children, please consider a donation. You may visit our website at www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Again, so you don't forget, it's www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Donations are tax deductible. Remember what Jesus said, with God, nothing is impossible.
SPCA Pet Snap of Montgomery County is a 501c3 all-volunteer-based rescue and adoption organization with a no-kill policy for healthy and adoptable animals. Our goals are fourfold: to rescue and rehabilitate homeless animals, to provide a safe haven for the animals until a suitable adoption or foster care home is found or until they are reunited with their owner, to educate the public about the great need to reduce pet population, which includes the importance of having their pets spayed and neutered, and to further the cause for humane and responsible pet ownership, and to provide a low-cost spay-neuter clinic for people who are unable to afford to spay or neuter their pets otherwise. SPCA Pet Snap of Montgomery County encourages you to think adoption first. You can contact us at www.spcaofmc.com.
And we're back. You're listening to Hanging with the Hayters on IRLoneStar.com. This is Kay, and we've been having a little discussion this morning about activities in the Montgomery County area. It's the week before Easter.
It is. They are eerie fascinating, ladies and gentlemen, these activities. Here I'm looking at this Saturday. This is from the Courier, courtesy of the Conroe Courier, and I would say courtesy, but I bought this paper. Breakfast with the Bunny. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a bunny. This is the bunny. And it's not the Easter bunny, I guess because it causes controversy. I could be wrong, but it is the bunny. And what they're having here, this is the lodge at Rob Fleming Park, 6055 Creekside. And Kay, when I circled this thing, highlighted it, I fully intended to look up the exact location of that. People in the Woodlands know, but I don't. But anyway, at 9 o'clock at the lodge, there you can have breakfast with the bunny. And if you're there at 12 o'clock, you can actually have, get this, lunch with the bunny. I've never seen.
You can stay and have both.
You can. I've never seen the bunny open his mouth. I have never seen or heard the bunny, I should say a word. I don't think they can talk. Snowmen can talk, and Mickey Mouse can't talk to people. But anyway, the other thing.
I heard about a little girl that stood in line with her mother to see the Easter bunny and get her picture taken with him, and they got it all the way up the front. And the little girl looked at him, and she said, "I don't want to, Mom." And she said, "No, what's wrong?" She said, "There is a man in there."
Oh, my word. In the bunny?
In the bunny.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, if I'd known that, I wouldn't have done it either.
Scary.
Oh, that's scary.
Careful.
By the way, the VFW is having, VFW Auxiliary is having an Easter egg hunt for ages 10 and under at the VFW Post 4709. 10 o'clock, that is this Saturday. And I don't know why they say the word hunt. I've never seen, we had hunts when we were young looking for the eggs, but now all you have to do, you can step on them. They don't hide them. They're not hunts. They're egg.
Them out there.
Grab eggs. Anyway, but here's one I do not know about, and I'm hoping we can contact them right now. And it is the Children's Museum in the Woodlands off Panther Creek, and they've got something called Egg Tivities. You get it goes along with activities, but it's Egg Tivities. And I'm going to have ask Dick if he'll call, and we're going to ask about that, what the activities are, because I'm just agog.
Yeah, and a lot of churches are having, Easter hunts, either on Saturday or Sunday. Our church, which is Grace Crossing Community Church of Christ at 1488 and I-45, we're having Eggapalooza.
Wow.
Saturday afternoon from 2:30 to 4:30.
So many great names.
Open to the community. We'd love as many people to come out as would like.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making the phone call.
Go to it. Let's see what happens. Everybody be quiet. We're trying. No, I'm joking. Okay.
Remember when Johnny Carson did this?
Good afternoon, the Woodlands Children's Museum. How can I help you?
Yeah, this is Mark Hayter. I am looking in the newspaper this morning. It said something about Egg Tivities that are coming on Friday, isn't it?
Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. Ma'am, could you tell me anything about it so I can share the information with my friends as to what is entailed in an activity?
Sure. Let me get our flyer so I could give you more specifics.
Okay.
But hold on one second.
All righty. Did she give her name?
No. Egg Tivities, Children's Museum, which we need to find out where that is.
Well, we know it's just off Panther Creek.
Okay, the one in the Woodlands.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's right near 45. You can almost throw a rock at it from there. Anyway, this is sounds pretty fascinating, and I don't know if that's one of many. And there's also, something in the newspaper.
Okay, just give you also the time frame that's from 10 to 12, 10 to 2 these activities will be taking place.
Okay.
So in one room they'll be decorating an Easter egg, and there's also going to be some art-related projects for Easter. There's going to be some games, and like a bunny hop races, and egg races, ring the bunny ear. So and there's going to be a story time, or a book will be read. That will be at 11, 12:30, and at 2. Okay. And the other stuff is just going to be in, kind of come and see, and nothing need to be reserved or
and
just
what is
come during that time frame.
What you say the bunny will be there?
Yes, we'll have an Easter bunny will be here.
Okay, these decorating Easter eggs, are they plastic eggs or real eggs?
No, real.
Real eggs? And y'all are furnishing them? No, they're
Something
supposed
like
to bring
that.
their
Yeah,
own?
I think our neighbors next door at the Brooklyn Bagel, I believe, are making that donation.
How nice is that? That's great. And who am I talking to, by the way?
Sure, my name is Seldy.
Seriously, what is your name?
Seldy, C-E-L-D-I-E.
C-E-L-D-I-E. You are the first I have ever heard. Seldy, you are so sweet. I appreciate you giving us this information, and I'll pass it along. Oh, I realize y'all are a nonprofit, but you make money. I mean, you got to have some money for this. How much do you charge to come in?
Well, admission. It's just for admission. It's these activities are included with admission. It's $5 a person.
$5 a person for real
Adults
eggs
and children under one. If they're under a year old, they're free.
Holy cow! Okay, I'm going to go find some of those. Seldy, thank you so much, young lady. I appreciate your help.
You're welcome.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now that looks like or sounds like an activity, Kay. Maybe
Yes, it
you
does.
should go to.
It does.
Kay, you know another activity, and we've got so much. I mean, we've got down here some information about interesting facts that you've got. But Texas A&M, Kay, this Saturday, they're having the Texas A&M Forest Service is going to meet at a room at Lone Star College, room 102 in Building B. And what they have is a 3D simulation table. What they do is they have a pile of sand for a terrain that is the same as two locations where they had fires. One in 2011. I'm sorry, yes, forest fires. One in 2011 in Magnolia and the other in 2015 around Walker County. And what they do, Kay, according to what I've read here, is a projection that shows you different the growth and all, the spread of this fire, and I can only imagine of what it looks like. And Kay, I'm going, and hopefully you will join me.
That sounds interesting.
They're having 3 presentations: 9 o'clock, 11:30, and 2 p.m. And once again, that is on
Saturday.
I think it's Saturday. I'm looking for the date, but it's October 5th. Saturday. I just threw that out, even though I still can't see it. Texas A&M Wildfire Lone Star Building B102 3D. My word.
It's going to be a 3D fire.
It will be. And folks, look in your courier. It's on page 2A. And I will, if I find it between now and then, I'll tell you. But I'm still looking for the date, and I'm sure it's
Put it on
right
Hanging
there.
with the Haters Facebook
Hanging
page.
with the Haters
Why don't
Facebook.
we
That's
do
what I'll
that?
do. Okay. Anyway, that's what's going on there. And, Kay, there are obviously so many other things going on, but I wanted to also mention that you have got some very interesting facts. Kay was telling me some stuff yesterday as we were eating our breakfast. We seldom eat together. We eat together watching TV, but this time we were in the kitchen reading the newspaper.
Yeah, at the dining room table. And I just got my Reader's Digest, which is probably the only magazine I get that I really read cover to cover.
It is fascinating.
Yeah, lots of and funny stuff, of course,
Oh, yeah.
and that kind of thing. But they had a little section called Hard to Believe, which I thought was very interesting. For instance, movie theater popcorn in America costs more per ounce than filet mignon.
Why am I not even in any way surprised?
No, actually, that doesn't surprise me.
Of course, a large bag of popcorn doesn't weigh much. Of course, it's a lot of air, but still, it's a lot. By the way, did you realize, Kay, that a lot of medication, be it liquid or a tablet, I was reading in the newspaper somewhere where that says a lot of these are 1,000 times. I'm not saying 10 times. I'm saying 1,000 times more valuable than gold. In other words, per ounce, these 1,000 times these pills are 1,000 times more.
Yeah.
And I know there's good reason
hopefully
for it.
they're life-saving, and that's
one
worth
would
something.
hope. Okay, what else you got, kid?
Well, somebody sat down and figured out that the typical 3-hour NFL football game, the ball is in play about 11 minutes.
Get out of this room. 11 minutes?
Yes.
Holy
11
cow.
minutes for a 3-hour
And
NFL
you got all the
football
commercials.
game.
You got the time between when. Can you imagine having to announce one of those games? You've got
Yeah.
a lot of talking to do.
Yeah.
11 minutes.
I know.
Folks,
And they do that. They do
yeah,
a lot of talking.
Make a note of that. Anything else?
The America's most popular sporting good,
Is a golf club.
Frisbee.
I was so
it
close.
outsells baseballs, basketballs, and footballs combined.
Holy cow, Frisbees.
Mainly because you can get one for like $1.99.
Yeah, they're a lot
probably.
cheaper.
Very inexpensive.
And they don't hurt that much. They will rub a blister on you if you're not careful. Okay, what else you got, kid?
Condiment has surpassed ketchup as the top-selling condiment in America.
What did?
Salsa.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And my final one is that if you have $77,000 in assets, you are in the world's wealthiest 10%.
Wow. That's hard to beat. Kay, I hate to tell you, but we're on the cusp of being in the top 1% with respect to assets.
Yep. Well, we are.
Okay. Anyway, and that's what you got?
That's it.
Okie doke. By the way, I saw a quote, Kay, and it was actually from Reader's Digest. I'm going to share with people. There is this humanitarian, this world-renowned person who won the Nobel Prize and Peace Prize, Elie Wiesel. Anyway, he wrote this. Here's a quote that I think is beautiful. He said, "The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. The opposite of art is not ugliness, it's indifference. The opposite of faith is not heresy, it's indifference. And the opposite of life is not death, it's indifference." That is very true, I think. In other words, if you're indifferent and you're not really alive, is what this guy's saying.
Right.
And that's,
don't care.
Yeah, don't care. Anyway, that was very deep.
I'm indifferent about some stuff.
Oh no, you're not, Kate.
Like what
I know she
like
is.
what the Kardashians are doing.
That's true. That's means
at
nothing
any
to me.
given minute of any day.
You know, I don't know if you do know or not, but I have got, Kay, some crazy facts that I'm going to share with people when we come back from the break. But I'm going to go ahead and share one right now before we go into the
my
break.
facts were kind of crazy.
Kay, they were good though. I really liked them. These are good. Don't get me wrong, but
Are these? Yeah. Okay.
And they're true.
I'll just let you do it.
I don't know how true, but they sound true. So here they are. I got them on the internet, so they've got to be true.
Oh.
If you screamed for 8 years constantly, 8 years, 7 months, and 6 days, all you did is, ah! And you could do that and live, you would have produced enough sound energy. There's energy in sound, Kay. You would have produced enough sound energy to heat 1 cup of coffee. Kay, all I'm telling you here is it's not worth it, okay? Cut down your... My mom came close when we were growing up. She was everybody in the neighborhood was a screamer. You had to be because we were outside doing stuff, and she had to call us in. And sometimes, you know, when she's spanking us, she's, "Oh, you." Anyway, that kind of stuff.
So
anyway,
when they say that you're full of hot air, really it's not that hot.
it's not that hot, Kay. It is not that very good. Ladies and gentlemen, that's just a hint of what's coming back in 2 or 3 minutes here on Hanging with the Hayters, OurLoneStar.com. Listen to the weather and so many other great things. Back in a couple of minutes.
Tune in to Chamber Chat with your host, Courtney Galley and Samantha Good, with the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. I'm one of your hosts, Courtney Galley. Samantha and I will chat about the Conroe Chamber's upcoming events and programs for the month. Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for Chamber Chat.
Thanks for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. It is 12:31. We're going to give you your weather and traffic report right now. Weather conditions in the Montgomery County area. We're expecting some hazardous weather outlook coming over later tonight with showers of rain. That's right. We have a 73 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Humidity is at 62%. This afternoon will be mostly cloudy with a high of 77 and high winds, folks, up to 20 miles an hour. We have about a 60% chance of rain tonight, so please be careful driving on the roads. And that rain is going to continue all the way through Thursday, where the percentage of rain will drop down to 20%. You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio. Let's move on to traffic. Northbound on I-45 from the Spring area all the way through the Hardy Toll Road through Willis. You're good to go. You're green lit. Southbound, on the other hand, you're going to run into some trouble right there after 242. There's been an accident reported right there before Research Forest Drive. That's southbound I-45 right before Research Forest Drive right there in the Shenandoah area. East to west on 1488, you're good to go all the way to I-45 from Magnolia. 105 from Montgomery going through all the way to Cleveland, you're good to go. And I do not see any incidences or accidents on 242 from 45 all the way to Patton Village. You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio here on irlonestar.com and soon to be Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. We're going to get back to hanging with the haters here shortly after these messages.
Hi, this is BJ Orner from Montgomery Canton Performing Arts Society. I'm here to remind you to get your tickets now for all the upcoming events that McPass has to offer. All shows will be held at the beautiful Crichton Theater in downtown Conroe. Call 936-441-7469 for your tickets today, or go to our website, www.macpass.org, for more information. Hope to see you at the show.
Heaven's Army of Resources and Recreation Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization featuring a 10,000 square foot building located at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas. At Heaven's Army, we offer over 26 different services free for all ages, from karate, dance, drug and alcohol classes, anger management, parenting, food and clothing pantries, to just name a few. We are supported solely by volunteers and private donations. Our main mission is to glorify God in all that we do. At Heaven's Army, we strive to be a hand up, not a handout. Come check us out at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas, or call for more information at 281-689-5864. You may also learn more about Heaven's Army by visiting our website at heavensarmyofresources.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Hanging with the Haters. I'm Mark. Kay's sitting over there, and Dick is managing the controls, the man, the president, the owner, the everything of this station. I'd just like to throw his name in every once in a while to let him know that he is important if he ever forgets. By the way, nice day out there, and I had mentioned to you before we left about crazy facts, and the one I mentioned was screaming for 8 days, 7 months and 8 years, 7 months and 6 days. That's not a whole lot of energy, but listen to this one. And folks, I don't make this up. This is in print somewhere, and it's pretty important. If you passed gas consistently for 6 years and 9 months, you would produce enough methane gas to actually equal the explosion of an atomic bomb. I don't think it'd be a very big atomic bomb, but think of it. We're talking 6 years, 9 months of compressing that much methane. One can only imagine what a cow could do. That is, wow, I had no idea, and it scares me a little bit. I'm sorry, Kay.
The internet.
The internet. What are you going to do?
Wonder.
Hey, speaking of the human heart, it creates enough pressure when it pumps blood to actually squirt the blood out of your body 30 feet. And I saw it happen to me about 3 feet when I cut my leg. And, oh, my gosh, it was like, it was scary. This one, once again, Kay, just go ahead and plug your ears. A pig's orgasm lasts 30 minutes. Did you have any idea? None. Pigs, 30 minutes. A cockroach.
If I could get that out of my brain, that would just be terrific.
You just try, Kay. You just try that. We'll try to get this out of your brain. A cockroach will live 9 days without its head before it starves to death. Somebody timed this, Kay.
Can't eat.
Yeah, can't eat, but they'll live off of their, your fat deposits.
Their body fat.
And they won't know that they're living because their head's gone, Kay. That is creepy. Of course, not as creepy as the pig thing. Banging your head against a wall uses 150 calories an hour. Banging your head against the wall, Kay. Don't try it at home. At work, yeah, I could see you doing that. The male praying mantis cannot copulate while its head is attached to its body. The female initiates sex by ripping the male's head off. You know, I thought black widow spiders, the female, was mean. This is downright terrible. So the males actually have no sense of enjoyment, speaking of which only porpoises and humans actually enjoy the sexual act. The other animals are just compelled, is what I understand. I don't know who asked these other animals. A flea can jump 350 times its body length 350 times, Kay. That's the same as if a human would jump the distance of a football field. In other words, you would leave your feet
Superman
from
can do
outside the end zone and hit the other end zone. Okay, this is fascinating, and it's not even crude or anything. The catfish has over 27,000 taste buds. I've never noticed a catfish's tongue, but I don't know where their taste buds are. But
somebody spent some time figuring that out.
Well, you know, Kay, I think they need them because they're in the bottom of the pond or the river, and there's some vile stuff down there, so they need to know bad,
so they can tell the difference. Well, that's important.
Yeah. Okay, now to the off-color. Some lions mate over 50 times a day. 50 times. A pig would do it, but there's not enough hours in the day.
I'm just going to pretend I'm not here for a while.
Butterflies taste, Kay, with their feet. Crazy, crazy butterflies, and you love them. Right-handed people live on average 9 years longer than left-handed people. Elephants are the only animals that cannot jump. Did God know what he was doing? I think so.
I think he did too.
Starfish have no brains.
But they have tiny, tiny, millions of little tiny feet.
They
Not
do,
millions, but probably
they've got
thousands,
the arms, but the little things going
little
on.
feet.
Yeah, you know, I've had so many wasted conversations with starfish. I had no idea they weren't thinking about anything. Polar bears are left-handed. Did you have any idea? Polar bears, left-handed, Kay, and I guess
once again
somebody had to go. They lead with their left.
Consider the source.
Consider the source, Kay. Anyway, I thought that was eerie. Fascinating. Those are some crazy facts. And, Kay, we've got some crazy advertisements that
yes, we do.
Someone sent me, oddly enough, on the Internet, but they're actual photographs of these ads that were from old newspapers and magazines.
Olden times.
One is Dr. Batty's. I'm looking at it right here. Asthma cigarettes. They're for your health. This was in, what's the date there? 1902? I don't know when. But a long time ago, and they were saying, hey, you need to smoke these cigarettes for your asthma. It's for the temporary relief of paroxysms of asthma. I don't know what that is. It also treats hay fever, foul breath, all diseases of the throat, head colds, canker sores, bronchial irritations. Not recommended for children under 6. Okay, I'm not making this up. I can't make this stuff up. Okay, another thing says... Mom's on the warpath. It shows a lady screaming, and it says, why ruin the evening for mother? Housework on hot days is bound to leave you tired and cross. To make evenings with your family the best part of the day, try this pleasant treatment for nerves. Every afternoon, get into the tub with a cake of new Ivory soap. Not the old Ivory soap. It'll keep you from screaming. This is the worst ad It shows a white girl. This is from way back when. Cute little girl, and she's talking to this black girl who's in a very dirty dress. And the little white girl tells her, why doesn't your mama wash you with fairy soap made by the N.K. Fairbank Company in Chicago? That was back then, ladies and gentlemen. If you think the plight of the African American has not been something else, that's one sign of many, many things that have gone wrong. Here's another one. I don't want to mention that one. It's not that interesting. Men wouldn't look at... Oh, here's a lady in a two-piece swimsuit that is just about one piece. She said, men wouldn't look at me when I was skinny. But since I gained 10 pounds this new, easy way, I have all the dates I want. She is happy she gained. Can you imagine they used to sell something?
Times have changed.
I know there's stuff for men to gain weight, who are bodybuilders.
Oh, yeah, trying to muscle up.
Sheesh. Protect your... Oh, this is cool, Kay. My brother Dennis, and y'all don't know my brother Dennis, but he still has one of those dial phones,
Uh-huh.
And if you're trying to dial someone quickly, it actually hurts somewhat. But here they have, for 49 cents, you can have these little Protect fingernails, and what they are little discs that you insert into the dials of your telephone. It eliminates friction, it decorates your phone, and it's a quick visual reference. They're nylon cushions, and you can dial your phone better. I don't think they'd sell very good like this right now. And look at this. Here's a picture of a lady with a vacuum cleaner. It says, Christmas morning she'll be happier with a Hoover. She's going to love a vacuum cleaner.
Well, back when we were growing up, there wasn't a whole lot of money, and so Christmas was spent on things that were actually needed, not just things that you wished for.
My dad,
at least for the adults.
By the way, the anniversary of my dad's death was yesterday.
Yes.
1980 he died, and one Mother's Day, actually it was her birthday, Mom's birthday, Dad got her a commode seat.
A new toilet seat?
New toilet seat. She kept griping about, honey, please, if you will, get us a toilet seat, and he did for her birthday. Sheesh. That was sad.
Yeah. And that is in family lore now.
Family lore,
Mark's
no question.
family.
That is unbelievable. This is a Coca-Cola commercial. For a better start in life, start cola earlier. How soon is too soon? Not soon enough. It shows a little kid there, and he needs a Coca-Cola, ladies and gentlemen.
An infant?
That is, yeah. And by the way, they show a Coca-Cola bottle, but this is from the Soda Pop Board of America. Life. The real brain tonic. Delightful summer and winter. It's specific for headache. It's a beverage, and it is Coca-Cola, ladies and gentlemen. This looks like, the turn of the century. Coca-Cola was really...
I do
it
like
had
I
cocaine
like that
in it, I believe.
The first sip of a Coca-Cola, all that good burn.
It is, Kay. It's hard to beat that burn.
And I haven't had one.
I know. It's a stupid diet, Kay.
long
If we
time.
just get off this stupid diet.
Wow.
The Safe Maternity Corset. And it's looks like a corset. It's childbirth. It makes childbirth almost painless, Kay. From Lane Bryant. And she's still in there. Here's
Bryant?
one. Bryant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Try penicillin, made from mold. You can get this drug from your doctor or prepare it yourself. And I kid you not, it shows a lady holding a moldy loaf of bread.
A green loaf of bread.
She's smiling like, see, I've got penicillin right here.
Well, that's how they discovered it, was mold growing on bread.
Okay.
So
this is, and folks, I know these are fascinating, or you wouldn't still be here, both of you. It says the best things in life come in cellophane, and it shows a stork holding in its beak a cellophane bag with a baby inside. I'm not joking, Kay. The best thing in life comes in cellophane, and the baby's there, looks happy, but oh my word.
the good old days.
Yeah. They got this new kind of hat available that will grow hair in 30 days. It looks like a football helmet made of metal. Santa Claus says guard against throat scratch by smoking Pall Mall. How to measure your wife for an ironing table. It shows this guy measuring this lady so she can get just the right. So many things about Schlitz. Here, I'll end it with this Schlitz one. Don't worry, darling, you didn't burn the beer. And it's a Schlitz. In other words, she burned the mill.
He didn't care.
And she's sitting there crying, and he's saying, don't worry, you didn't burn the beer. I can't make this up. I could make it up. There's no question. But I didn't. It's right there on the internet. Somebody else made it up.
That one looks like the 50s.
Yeah. Well, folks, we've got one more break before we have a story and a joke. We will be back in a couple of minutes here on Hanging with the Hayters, OurLoneStar.com, beautiful downtown Conroe. Back in a couple.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today. So remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org. That's JUNQUE for more information and store hours.
Have a legal question? Are you a resident of Montgomery County? Call 281-645-6344 to talk to a volunteer attorney from the Woodlands Bar Association. We answer the phones on the first Monday of every month at 281-645-6344 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to provide general legal information and information about legal resources to Montgomery County residents.
And thank you for continuing to hang with the Hayters this afternoon.
In lieu of all this silliness.
Yeah.
I just hate it.
We're on the downhill slide. Boy, the time has gone
Time
so
flies
fast.
when you're reading stupid stuff.
Yeah. Well, this week, Mark is going to let me tell the joke of the week.
I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I like it or not, but I'd like to hear it.
I'm not great with jokes because I can't remember them.
Oh, I'm wonderful with them, Kay. You can tell.
So anyway, here's the joke of the week. The attorney tells the accused, I have some good news and some bad news. What's the bad news? Asks the accused. The bad news is your blood is all over the crime scene and the DNA tests prove you did it. Okay, what's the good news? Your cholesterol is only 130.
Okay, Kay, that is...
This may be my first and last joke.
No, Kay. That was a good... it's not one of those knee slappers like most of mine aren't either. But that was
well, at least it wasn't crude.
Wasn't crude, Kay. Yeah, I'm in the crude
We've
business.
We've had some crude.
I hate that.
Yeah.
And one reason is, of course, Elsie passed away in 2006, and she would be scolding me. But I don't know. I don't. Anyway, this is...
You've got a story?
A story. I got a story to tell, and it's one I've been holding on to a while because, I don't know, I like it, but it's got a lot of facts in it. It's about the USS Constitution, which is a ship Old Ironsides, you might recall. It was a combat vessel during the U.S. Revolution, American Revolution. And by the way, it wasn't called the U.S. at that time. It's called the American Revolution. But anyway, Old Ironsides. I've got these facts. Listen to this thing. It carried 48,600 gallons of fresh water for a crew of 475. It goes out, it carries 48,600 gallons of water, 475 officers and crew. That's a big crew on a big ship.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, however, it's noted that according to her ship's log on July 27th, 1798, and this was in the midst of the Revolutionary War, the USS Constitution, 1798, it ended in 83. This is weird. In 1798, the USS Constitution sailed from Boston with a full complement of 475 officers and 48,600 gallons of water, 7,400 cannon shot, 11,600 pounds of black powder, and 79,400 gallons of rum. So it had it had 48,000 gallons of water and 79,000 gallons of rum. Her mission was to destroy and harass English shipping. That's because after the war, the English were really messing with us. Then the USS Constitution, Old Ironsides, headed for the Azores. That's just off the coast of France by 1,000 miles or so. It arrived there on November 12th, and the ship provisioned with 550 pounds of beef they took. And they also took 64,000 gallons of Portuguese wine. On November the 18th, she set sail. That was November the 12th. November 18th, she set sail for England and defeated 5 British men of war and captured and scuttled 12 English merchant ships, salvaging only the rum aboard all of them. Everything else, leave it alone. We want the booze.
So when you say scuttle them, they sunk them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, on January the 26th, this was November 18th, January 26th, her powder and shot were exhausted. Nevertheless, although unarmed, she made a night raid on the Firth of Clyde, which is in Scotland. Her landing party captured a whiskey distillery and transferred 40,000 gallons of single malt scotch aboard by dawn. Then she headed home. This is if you add up this booze, there's a lot of it, but they go through it pretty quick. When they arrived at Boston, February the 20th, this is almost a month later, there was no cannon shot, no food, no powder, no rum, no wine, no whiskey, but they did have 38,600 gallons of water. They didn't drink much water, folks.
No.
And
they probably had crawlers in it
they
by
had
that
crawlers
time.
and everything. They didn't have any aeration thing going on, and the water could probably kill them, so that's what you would want to do.
Well, it'll give you a little extra protein if there were some bugs in there.
But, I don't. That doesn't make me any less patriotic, Kay. What does interest me is the fact in 1798 they were fighting the British when the Revolutionary War ended in 1783. At this time, it was the United States of America, by the way. So, pardon my... Yeah, there was a War of 1812. Okay, fascinating facts, and I could, share so many others. We got a couple of minutes left, but we'll be gone in just a minute. Some of you have asked me, though, called in and asked me, Mark, do you have any idea how far you can see, the normal person can see on the horizon? I don't know about normal, but you can see 3 miles. After that, if it's a flat horizon, you can only see 3 miles because of the curvature of the Earth. After that, you're not seeing land. You're just seeing what's there because the Earth is curved. However, if you're on Mount Everest, you can see 225 miles. If you're looking at a night sky, your eye can see 15.2 quintillion miles into space.
These mathematicians, they can come up with big numbers.
That and the fact that there are 7/100ths of a volt in your brain of neurons. I may have mentioned that before. Your brain is electricity. You know, when Dr. Frankenstein tried to shock the daylights into his monster, there was a reason. Yes. Your brain is working on electricity formed by chemical reactions, apparently, in your body. And your thoughts are carried on by electricity, Kay. Isn't it fascinating? 0.07 volts. And that's why if you scream so much, you don't make much energy because you've only got 0.07 in each one of your neurons. Fascinating. Kay, next week we are, we're not going to have a guest, but in the near future we will have not only the teacher who's going to tell us about the song for the president, but we'll have somebody representing the Players Theater come up and tell us about the players
stuff coming up,
and the stage rights. Not going to be with us until maybe in the distant future, but right now the players have agreed to sit down and talk to us. I'm interested in what's going on with respect to the relationship between the two. I'm also interested in the fact that Mike Sasser is showing up right after this show, ladies and gentlemen, and you don't want to miss the Health Hour with Mike. Great show, great
Health is
man,
important.
Great personality, and we are out of here, Kay. Hanging with
y'all
the Hayters,
have a great week.
OurLoneStar.com. Kay,
bye, y'all.
We got to get some coffee on the way home, kid. We just have to.
Okay.
Let's do that.
All right.